Today we're diving headfirst into the heart-pounding universe of Halo Season 2 with a double feature premiere that's just launched on Paramount+. Hold on to your energy swords because Sanctuary and Sword, the first 2 episodes of this season, land with an impact that's as powerful as a Spartan's punch. Season 1 left us with mixed feelings, didn't it? From awe to confusion. It was a roller coaster that twisted our understanding of the Halo universe. We saw Master Chief, the Spartan, the Covenant, and the enigmatic Halo itself all tangled in a web of intricate lore, leaving us scratching our helmets in wonder. But now, Season 2 is here, promising to untangle these threads and weave a new tapestry of interstellar storytelling. Enter the arena. Debs Patterson as director and David Weiner as the new showrunner, a dynamic duo determined to redefine the Halo TV experience. They're not just stepping into the universe, they're reshaping it with a bold vision. So let's suit up and embark on this epic journey together. And remember, don't just watch, engage, like, subscribe, and join our Know-It-All Nation for a deep dive into the world of Halo Season 2. The season kicks off with a direct bridge from the Season 1 finale. We see Master Chief, played by Pablo Schreiber, is fighting for his life post-Battle of Rajkashka. The emotional core of this scene is the severing of his connection with Cortana, which immediately answers the question of whether or not this season was going to deal with that too long or not. It's a poignant moment. When they captured his tear, I was like, okay, so they are giving us, he did connect at the end of last season with her, but really seeing that connection, really, it hit home for me. So I really liked that, especially when you got to see just how deep the bond was with the AI. So then fast forward 6 months to the namesake of the episode, the Battle of Sanctuary. The Spartan Silver Team, including Kai, Vanek, and Riz, are investigating a missing UNSC Marine unit and possible Covenant attack. We get to see that since our last time spent with them, the entire team has removed their control chips, adding an added layer of complexity, showcasing each of their newfound perspectives and really honestly their personalities. The Marines on the ground encounter a local religious cult that's really resistant to the outside interference. Their problem specifically is that the last time the UNSC told them they were helping them and that an evac was temporary, their people were taken from their lush, idyllic planet and scattered across other worlds just as desolate as Sanctuary appears to be. This adds a really unique dynamic to the entire situation. The tension builds as Kai spots unusual lights flashing near a transmitter outpost up on a mountaintop, signaling what we all kind of assume is an imminent Covenant attack. Master Chief's solo venture into the fog to find the missing soldiers is a daring move, culminating in a nail-biting battle against invisible Covenant elites. The action sequence is really, it's top-notch for sure, showcasing Master Chief's combat prowess. In a twist, the elites abruptly stand down, with Master Chief briefly spotting what he believes to be Maquis leading them. Oh yeah, remember her? She's supposed to be dead. This whole fight scene I actually thought was amazing in that at the end of last season, we got this really neat run through. It was very first person perspective and got to see all this stuff. Some people didn't like it because they felt it was a CGI fest, whatever. This feels like a much more grounded version of that. And it was almost like they were like, okay, we're going to jump into this and we want everybody to see that we've kind of stepped up our game and come to an entirely new level. So what you end up with is a really intense fight that follows and chases them as he's like, the camera's not only following them, but like it was good. I liked it. I thought it was a very good fight scene, to say the least. So back at Reach HQ, the introduction of this character, James Ackerson, as the new UNSC intelligence officer, adds a whole other layer of intrigue. His complex character is portrayed with a mix of respect for the Spartans and skepticism toward Master Chief's testimony. This creates kind of this really interesting, subtle power struggle and raises questions about Ackerson's true intentions. we also got to see Cobalt Squad, another team of Spartans, which is great considering last season I was under the impression that Silver Squad was kind of all that remained. Not sure where they were during last season's skirmishes, but hey, it's a big galaxy. They're probably off on a mission, right? Unfortunately, we had to go back to the Pirates and Soren 66's storyline, which it appears he's obsessed with finding Halsey and bringing her to justice, I guess. I, for one, could have had a whole lot less of this particular storyline. It's just not interesting to me, again, to me at least, and only serves as sort of scene breaks between events with Master Chief. I felt more distracted by them than anything, to be fair. The episode ends with a cliffhanger revealing Quan Ha as a mentor to Kessler and hinting at her mysterious past since we last saw her in season 1. I know this return is supposed to raise questions about her journey and her connections to Soren's world, but I just continue to find myself not caring in the least. This episode takes a slower, more introspective pace, focusing on character development, which means that we're being set up for future plot lines and things to come further into the season. It's a little bit of filler, but despite its slower pace, the plot moves pretty quickly overall. We open with Dr. Halsey interviewing a redheaded girl in a really lavish kind of apartment, sort of hinting at a larger plot, if you will. As they're talking, Halsey's asking her questions, and all of a sudden the girl starts to have a bloody nose the more Halsey asks questions about who her captor is, meaning who's the guy, because the girl's talking about this guy. So her sudden death during the interrogation it adds sort of a dark twist, which showcases Halsey's frustration and kind of the high stakes of her research. At UNSC Command, the episode delves into the Spartans' personal struggles. Riz's injuries and her prideful refusal to acknowledge her limitations highlight the Spartans' intense dedication and the physical toll of their role. Kai's concern for Riz and her missing Dr. Halsey's leadership adds emotional depth to their characters that I think we lacked last season. Last season was very Master Chief centric, and I feel like this season we're starting to get a little more of what's happening on the periphery, and that's a good thing, believe it or not. Master Chief's mental state, however, becomes really the key focus. His confession about seeing Maquis, despite her apparent death, brings his reliability into question and hints at a deeper psychological struggle. This storyline is very compelling, as it shows even the strongest Spartans grappling with vulnerability. When Chief confronts Ackerson about the propaganda machine and the possibility that something has happened to Cobalt Squad, Ackerson is pretty quick to dismiss Chief's concerns, pointing out his mental state instead. Chief visits Perez, the lone surviving Marine he saved back on Sanctuary, and realizes she's not part of a plot. She's just a comms officer who's way over her head, for sure. Ackerson, however, continues to his manipulation of Kai into becoming an informant within the Spartan ranks adds a layer of intrigue and internal conflict. Now, it's not on purpose. You have to remember, the Spartans have only just gotten this level of mental freedom. She's kind of like a child, and if Halsey was her mother, she's looking to Ackerson to fill some kind of void, but I don't think she genuinely even understands what that void is supposed to be. We discover he is the nice man the redheaded girl was referring to. That's right, Ackerson. His control over Halsey's scenario, oh yeah, and the reveal that he has been getting information from Cortana. This reveal, it goes so deep. His involvement is so much deeper in the kind of overarching plot. And for sure, his ambiguous motives are, I'm just genuinely waiting for him to get his butt handed to him by Chief. That's it. He's a complete slimeball, and all these pieces just shout that. Because there's so many times when Chief grabs him by the arm and he's like, you're gonna let me go. And I'm just like, he could crush you, right? Like, with minimal effort or any thought. Like, Chief could literally hand Ackerson his butt. Anyway, the episode concludes with this dramatic revelation. The Covenant, led by Maquis, has infiltrated Reach. This development sets the stage for an epic confrontation and raises the stakes for the characters we've come to care about. So we're getting the fall of Reach. from a kind of unique perspective, and I'm really down for it so much. Overall, these 2 episodes set a really high bar for the rest of the season, blending intense action, deep character exploration, and a complex narrative that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. The CGI in the episode isn't bad for a really good cutscene from a game. The marrying of CG Spartans to their environment leaves a lot to be desired. Like, literally, there's such a break between the two. It doesn't take anything away from me, but it's odd considering I kind of think they did it better in season 1. So there you go. Now you know. And if knowing is half the battle, you're halfway to being a know-it-all yourself. For the Know-It-All Index rating, these episodes earn a solid 7 out of 10. They promise a season filled with suspense, character depth, and epic storytelling. Okay, but this review doesn't end here. Let's dissect the pros and cons of these first 2 episodes with a segment I appropriately like to call Pros and Cons. A big pro for me is the immediate resolution of Cortana's fate. Right off the bat, we find out about Cortana providing a poignant and emotional resolution. The move sets a clear narrative path for the rest of the season. The character depth in these episodes is impressive for sure. We see the Spartans, particularly Master Chief, grappling with personal and psychological struggles, adding layers to their personas. I thought having the entire opening sequence without him taking his helmet off once was a bold move. It disarmed me and set me up for really enjoying the season 2 premiere, especially with all that hoopla that was happening during the off season, where there was all that Pablo Schreiber was coming off, and the poster came out with him without his helmet, and it's like, really, guys, you're gonna double down on the no helmet thing? And they do, but you know, he does spend a lot of the first 2 episodes without his helmet, but that opening sequence I felt really framed things in a way that I liked, and it made the rest of what was coming very palatable for me, if that makes sense. Another big pro was the introduction of James Ackerson, who brought, it brought a fresh and complex dynamic to the show. His interactions with the Spartans, especially Master Chief, are filled with tension and ambiguity. The action sequences are really engaging. The battle scenes, particularly Master Chief's confrontation with the Invisible Covenant elites, are executed with intensity and skill, maintaining the series' reputation for top-tier action. Basically, we got a big coup de grace last season with the end battle, and this took that CG sort of fest and brought it down to earth in a very grounded way that made me really happy. The introduction of Cobalt Squad broadens the scope of the Spartan narrative, offering new perspectives and stories within the Halo universe. Lastly, episode 2, while slower, sets up intriguing storylines for the season, particularly with mysterious activities, all the things going on with Dr. Halsey and Ackerson, and the ominous infiltration of Reach by the Covenant. It's not that bad. But no bed of roses is without a few thorns. The cons begin with the CGI, particularly in the integration of Spartans within their environment. It doesn't always hit the mark. It feels more like a high-quality game cutscene rather than a seamless part of the live-action world. Soren 66's pirate storyline feels somewhat disconnected and less engaging compared to the main narrative. It occasionally disrupts the pacing and focus of the episodes. The return of Quadaha and her mentorship of Kessler, while I get that it's meant to be intriguing, it falls a bit flat for me. It's a storyline that struggles to capture the same level of interest as the central plot. I found myself asking again and again and again, who cares? One too many times. During these sequences, finally, some elements like Ackerson's eventual betrayal and manipulation can feel a bit predictable. I don't know about you, but from the moment he walked into the room, no matter how polite he was being, I continually was like, all he needs is a mustache to start twirling. I mean, he's a bad guy, right? Like, we're all sure he's a bad guy. Am I right? I mean, that's literally how I felt about this entire thing. But who didn't look at, seriously, who didn't look at Ackerson and go, oh, he's dirty for sure? While these episodes have their downsides, the pros kind of far outweigh the cons. With the deep character exploration, intense action, and intriguing plot developments, Halo Season 2 is shaping up to be a thrilling ride. Hey, but don't take my word for it. Have you seen Halo Season 2 yet? If not, check it out for yourself and then jump down to the comments and we'll have a conversation about it. Let me know your thoughts. Until next time, everybody, never forget, Everyone loves a know-it-all. See you next week.